score! He scores! They score! Scores! He's got himself an empty net goal. Gets the empty net goal. Takes advantage of an empty net. An empty net goal. Has a hat trick. A hat trick. With the hat trick. Another goal. With another goal. A power play goal. It's a power play goal. On the power play. Power play goal scored on the power play. Shorthanded goal with a shorthanded goal. A shorthanded goal with the shorthanded goal. Finds the back of the net. Scores on the rebound. Puts it in on the rebound. Get a rebound out in front for a goal. The first shot was denied, but the second found its way through. Tipped it right in front of the goal. That was deflected in. Got his stick on it. Finds the back of the net with the wrist shot. On the wrister. Beaten by the wrist shot. Finds the back of the net with the big blast. Finds the range. A blistering shot. Finds the back of the net. 1 times at home. Off the pass. And it's a tie hockey game. And that goal ties it up. And we're all tied up. And the game is tied. Tie the game. Take the lead. Are out in front. Fall behind. Now find themselves trailing. Increase their lead. And that stretches the lead. Are pulling away. Find themselves trailing by even more. Picks up the assist. With the assist. Assist. Assisted. Assist. Assist. Credited. Unassisted. Unassisted goal. No assists on the goal. Gets credit for the unassisted goal. That's the end of the first period. And that'll do it for the first period. The horn sounds, and that's the end of the period. That's the end of the second period. And that'll do it for the second period. The horn sounds, and that's the end of the period. Are the Stanley Cup champions have won the Stanley Cup. The horn sounds, and that's the end of the game. The final horn sounds. The horn, the hockey game, it's over. And that will do it. Pull this one out. The final horn sounds, and this one goes into the books as a victory for Too Much Tonight. Win credited. The horn sounds, and that's the end of the game. This one is over. The final horn sounds. The horn, the hockey game, it's over. That's the end of the third period. And that'll do it for the third period. The horn sounds, and that's the end of the period. Overtime is next. We've reached the end of the overtime period. And that'll be the end of the overtime period. The horn sounds, and that's the end of the period. The overtime game is over. It's over. It's over. The overtime game is over. For my partner Darren Pang, this is Mike Emricks saying so long. For my partner Darren Pang, Mike Emrick saying good night all. Hi everybody, along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emrick, and welcome to the 1999 NHL All-Star Game in Tampa Bay. Welcome to Tampa Bay for the 1999 NHL All-Star Game. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emrick. Hi everybody, along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emricks, and welcome to the 1999 NHL All-Star Game here in Tampa Bay. Hi everybody, along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emricks, and welcome to the 1999 NHL All-Star Game here in Tampa Bay. Thanks for being with us tonight. For Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emricks saying so long from Tampa Bay. Thanks for being with us tonight. For Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emricks saying so long from Tampa Bay. We hope you enjoyed this tonight. Nearly 20,000 fans watched the best players in the National Hockey League compete. For Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emricks saying so long from All-Star 99 in Tampa Bay. Hi everybody, along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emricks, and welcome to tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game between... Hi everybody, welcome to tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emricks. Almost time for tonight's face-off. Welcome, along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emricks. Hello again everyone. Hello everyone, along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emricks. Welcome, greetings, and welcome, along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emricks. Almost time for tonight's face-off. Thanks for joining us tonight. Along with Darren Pang, Mike Emricks. We're just about set to drop the puck. Hi, and welcome to tonight's Stanley Cup Final Series game. For Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emricks. Hi, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Stanley Cup Final Series game. For Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emricks. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Stanley Cup Final Series game. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emricks. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Stanley Cup Finals game. Welcome, along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emricks. Hello again, everyone. Hello, everyone. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emricks. Welcome, greetings, and welcome. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emricks. Almost time for tonight's face-off. Thanks for joining us tonight. Along with Darren Pang, Mike Emricks. We're just about set to drop the puck. This is the first meeting of the year between these two teams. These two teams meet here tonight for the first time this season. These two teams skated to a tie the last time out. Last time, these teams didn't settle anything as the game ended in a tie. Won the last meeting between these teams. Victorious in the last meeting between these clubs. I'll turn it over to the PA announcer for tonight's starting lineups. Let's listen in to the PA announcer. They're looking. Here we go. Couple of guys a little bit testy. We have some fisticuffs. We've got a scrap. A fight's broken out. Peace restored. Gave a good pummeling. Chalks up the victory. The players head to the box. That ought to get the crowd into it. The olive branch is waved. 5-minute majors. They earned them. Still trying to shake off the effects of that collision. Looks like he's in some pain. Skates gingerly back to the bench. Let's hope he's okay. They're checking upstairs to make sure no one was in the crease. The goal is being reviewed for a possible crease violation. Referee is asking for this goal to be reviewed. They're saying it's a goal. The goal counts. The goal will stand. The goal has been disallowed. After the review, no goal. That goal's not going to count. He was in the crease. Let's take another look at that tremendous save. Here's another look at that save. Let's take another look at that big hit. Here's another look at that big hit. Let's take another look at that big hit. Here's another look at that big hit. Putting on a show tonight with 3 goals. The hat trick tonight. Lit the lamp 3 times tonight. A brilliant performance tonight. Really at the top of his game tonight. A great game tonight. Piling up the points in this game. Very physical tonight. Delivered a few cheap shots out there tonight. Not afraid to mix it up a little in this game. Comes into tonight as a league leader, hoping he can keep his pace among the league leaders out of the gate. Off to a hot start. Off to a quick start out of the gate. Blazing start. Slow start of the season. Ice cold out of the gate. Not the type of numbers normally put up. Struggling so far this year. Maybe eyeing a title. A brilliant year. A chance to finish among the league leaders. Put things together this year. Took his game to the next level this year. A tremendous year. A disappointing year. A tough year. Not having one of his better years. Solid so far. He's been hot. Entered play tonight up there. Has established himself. A great year so far. All-star numbers put up. Having a good year. A good year. Strong. Impressive numbers. Subpar numbers. Not playing up to his standards. A disappointing year so far. Not putting up the numbers he has in the past. People have come to expect better numbers. A Conn Smythe candidate with numbers like those. Having a great playoff. Doing his best to bring a cup. Turning his game up a notch in these playoffs. Playing well in this playoff. Coming alive during the playoffs. Lifting the level of his game as they have become more meaningful. Yet to get untracked in these playoffs. Struggling in the playoffs. Not having the type of playoffs he envisioned for himself. Not having the same success he had during the regular season. They're scoring a lot of goals. Finding the back of the net frequently. They haven't had trouble scoring. Not too many goals being scored. Having trouble scoring. Poor offensive numbers being posted. Good defense. Keeping their goals against down. Not allowing a lot of goals. Allowing a lot of goals. Not playing very good defense. Not much defensive effort. Winning a lot of games. A very good record. The beginning of the season has been good. An excellent record. Playing better than they did last season. Something has changed for the better. An improved hockey team this season. Not playing as well as they did last year. Doing worse than expected. Struggling this year. Not doing well. One of the top 4 in the conference right now. Strong so far. Having a good season. An excellent record. A solid season. Most people didn't expect this type of season. It's not too late, but this hasn't been a good season. Expected to have a better record at this point. Struggled this year. Not doing well. Strong all year. A tremendous year. Looking strong all year. An excellent record. A good year. A good record. A better record than last year. Not a good season. More talent than their record would indicate. Results worse than expectations. A great home winning percentage. Tough to beat at home. Likes to play here. Having difficulty winning here. Home ice has not been friendly. Not playing well at home. A good road record. Playing well away from home. A good road record. Not a good record on the road. Not many road wins. Not a good road team. A good overtime record. Strong in overtime. Plays well in overtime. Not much success in overtime. Having trouble in overtime. Has been hot lately. Has put together a nice winning streak lately. On a winning streak right now. Has strung together some some wins. Riding an unbeaten streak. A nice unbeaten streak. Currently on an unbeaten streak. Can't seem to buy a win lately. Not winning lately. It's been a while since we've seen a win. A lot of penalty minutes this year. Spent some time in the penalty box this season. A team that is penalized frequently. Not allowing a lot of shots. A team that doesn't give opponents many chances to score. Shots are hard to come by against a lot of power play goals this year. The power play has been key. Good scoring on the power play. The advantage in faceoffs. Dominant on faceoffs thus far. Controlling the majority of the draws. Even in shots. The shots are even. The advantage in shots belongs with more shots. Peppering the net tonight. Shots favor doing the majority of the hitting out there. Being out hit. An aggressive style being played. Taking the body tonight and playing a very physical game. Creating the majority of the scoring chances. The advantage in scoring opportunities. Has had some good chances. Is on a winning streak. Has been hot lately. Has strung together some wins. Not giving opponents too many chances. Masterful at keeping the number of shots against to a minimum. Opponents have found it difficult to generate chances against. Converting on the power play. The power play has been fruitful. A knack for scoring on the power play. Called for a lot of penalties. Spending a lot of time in the penalty box. Penalized frequently. A good overtime record. Strong in overtime. Hot in overtime. Experiencing some trouble in overtime. A poor overtime record. Have had their troubles in overtime. Scoring a lot of goals. One of the higher scoring teams in the playoffs. No trouble scoring in the playoffs. Not too many goals being scored. Playoff goals have been hard to come by. Poor offensive numbers. Good defense. Keeping their goals against down. Not allowing a lot of goals. Allowing a lot of goals. Defense has not been a strong suit. Teams are scoring against. Playing better in the playoffs. With some surprise victories. Playing well. Not playing well. Not having a good playoff. Playing surprisingly poor. Not playing as well as they did in the regular season. A backbone of this franchise. A key player on this team. Needs to remain healthy for this team to go far. Important to the success of this team. One of the keys to success for this team lies with this guy. When this guy's playing well, it gives his team a good shot at winning. When on top of his game, this team can be carried. A lot of this team's success is determined. Interesting history. Have some history behind them. Panger, what did you find out about anything hockey fans should know about our offside? Our offside. Brings it in, offside. Got it in, but an offside call. Ruled offside. In ahead of the play. Offside is the signal. Whistled for being offside. The play is called back for offside. Offside, over the line ahead of the puck. We get a signal of offside. Delayed offside being signaled against. Two-line pass is called. Whistled for a two-line pass. Stoppage of play on a two-line pass. But he was across two lines. That was a two-line pass. We'll have an icing call against. We get an icing here, and the face-off will be back at the other end. Icing against. It's icing against. Icing whistled against. Back to touch it, and we'll have an icing against. Around the far side. Around the near side. Sends it around the boards. Around the boards. Sent around the boards. Rimmed back around. Around the roulette wheel. On the hard around. Into the corner. Played into the corner. Dumps it into the corner. Shoots it into the corner. Fires it in. Shoots it in deep. Drills it in. Sends it into the attacking zone. Plays it deep into the zone. We'll have to regroup. We'll have to go back and start again. We'll have to start from their own end. Around the far side. Around the near side. Sends it around the boards. Around the boards. Sent around the boards. Rimmed back around. Around the roulette wheel. Will clear. Fires it down the ice. Thrown out to center ice. He'll clear. Out to center. And it's cleared back out. Fires off the draw. Fires a slapper off the draw. Whistles one off the draw. A drive. Big shot. Fires a slapper. Fires away. With a slap shot. With a shot. A long blast. Rockets one. Big blast. Drives one towards the net. Loads it up and fires. Takes a shot. Unloads a bullet. Big drive. Shooting. Around the far side. Around the near side. Sends it around the boards. Around the boards. Sent around the boards. Rimmed back around. Around the roulette wheel. Flips it into the corner. Dumps it into the corner. Into the corner. Played into the corner. Wrists it into the attacking zone. Sends it across the line. We'll have to regroup. We'll have to go back and start again. We'll have to start from their own end. Around the far side. Around the near side. Sends it around the boards. Around the boards. Sent around the boards. Rimmed back around. Around the roulette wheel. Wristed out. Will clear. Clears it over the line and out of the zone. Lays it into the neutral zone. Out to center. Thrown out to center ice. And it's cleared back out. Off the draw. Shooting. Wrister. Shooting. Around the far side. Around the near side. Sends it around the boards. Around the boards. Sent around the boards. Rimmed back around. Around the roulette wheel. Dumps it into the corner. Into the corner. Played into the corner. Dumped in on the backhand. Shovels it into the zone. Backhands it in. Backhand it across the line. We'll have to regroup to go back and start again. We'll have to start from their own end. Around the far side. Around the near side. Sends it around the boards. Around the boards. Sent around the boards. Rimmed back around. Around the roulette wheel. Thrown out to center ice. Out to center. It's cleared back out. Backhands it into the neutral zone. Backhands it out. On the backhand. He backhands it. On the wraparound. Tries to jam it in. Wraparound. Around the far side. Around the near side. Sends it around the boards. Around the boards. Sent around the boards. Rimmed back around. Around the roulette wheel. Shoots it into the corner. Dumps it into the corner. Into the corner. Played into the corner. Dumps it in. He one-times it into the zone. He quickly shoots it in. One-times it across the blue line. He relays it in. We'll have to regroup. We'll have to go back and start again. We'll have to start from their own end. Around the far side. Around the near side. Sends it around the boards. Around the boards. Sent around the boards. Rimmed back around. Around the roulette wheel. One-timed out. He'll clear. Thrown out to center ice. Out to center. And it's cleared out. One-times it down the ice. Clears it with a one-timer. Fires. One-timer. He one-times it. He whistles one towards the net. One-timer. A one-timer. One-times it. Fakes a slapper. That's deflected. Hits a skate. That shot hit a leg. Rebound. Rebound loose in front. Loose puck. Rebound out in front. Makes a diving save. Robbed him. Incredible diving stop. Dove to make the stop with a tremendous save. Robs him. Great save. Short-sider stop. There to make the stop. Denied. The save. With the chest save. There to make the stop. The save. Found it in the webbing of his catching glove. With the glove save. Snagged. Got a blocker on it. Knocked it away. Got a piece of it. Got a piece of that one. Knocked away. Rising shot. Stop. Shrugged away. Got a piece of it. Stick to side. Stick save. Sticks it away. Steered away. Paddled away. Kicked wide. Big save. There to make the stop. The save. Pad save. Off the pads. Got a piece of it with the pad save. Big save. Stopped that with his head. Took that off the mask. Off the goal post. Rings the post. Rings it off the post. Hit the goal post. It hit the goal post. Hit the post with the shot. Hit the post with the shot. Rings it off the post. Off the crossbar. It hit the crossbar. Ricochets off the crossbar. He missed the empty net. He couldn't get the empty net goal. Wide of the empty net. He can't hit the wide open net. That'll go wide of the cage. Hits the side of the net. Hit the outside of the net. Off the glass. He missed the net. Off the mark. Just missed. Too high with the shot. Off the glass. He missed the net. Off the mark. Just missed. Too high. He missed the net. Off the mark. Just missed. Just wide. Off the board. That'll go wide of the cage. That shot's wide. Off target. Carom's off the boards. Up into the stands. Over the glass and into the crowd. That puck out of play. And it's into the crowd. Popped out of play. Puck out of play. Puck put out of play. That one goes into the seats. Penalty coming up. Penalty call upcoming. Penalty upcoming. There's a delayed penalty. Penalty coming up. It'll be against. There's going to be a penalty against. Penalty is coming up. Skates to the bench for the extra attacker. Gets an extra attacker. Heads to the bench with an extra attacker. Penalty call. Play stops as a penalty is called. Will be assessed a penalty. Penalty call stops the action. Get called for the penalty. Will lose a man to the penalty box. Coincidental penalties being called. The referee is going to give each team a penalty here. Coincidental minors coming up. Both teams will lose a man. Being called for 2 penalties. Multiple penalties. Will be short-handed. Will have the man advantage. Goes on the power play. Will go on the power play. Gets a chance on the power play. Will have a 2-man advantage. Will be down 2 skaters. Will be up 2 skaters. And will skate 4-on-4. And this will open up the ice a little bit. Both teams will lose a man here. And this will even things out. And will skate even strength. And this ends the power play. That takes away the power play. Heads off. That will even out the manpower situation. This won't change the number of skaters. Those players will be substituted for. The number of players on the ice will remain the same here. 5 minutes apiece for the combatants. Each player will receive a fighting major. That little scrap will cost each of these players 5 minutes. 5 minutes in the penalty box should cool these guys off. In the box, 5 minutes. A 5-minute major, 5 minutes. Each team will get 2 minutes here. Matching minors being assessed. Coincidental penalties assessed. Will end up in the box. Into the box. Penalty. Called by the referee. Will head to the box. Multiple penalties. Called for a couple of penalties. A couple of penalties committed. The referee saw multiple penalties. The referee saw a pair of penalties. Down on the ice. An injured player down. Appears to be shaken up. Not getting up. Fails to cash in. Power play opportunity squandered. Failed to take advantage of that power play opportunity. Can't convert with the man advantage. Lost the puck. Had it. lost it. He turns it over. Knocked away. Picked his pocket. Knifed away. Fresh from the box. Whose penalty just expired. Who just came on the ice. From the bench. Swept to the boards. Sweeps it to the boards. One times it. Touch pass. Moves it quickly. Hurls it off the boards. Off the wall. Sends it off the boards. Banks it off the wall. Plays the boards. Angles it off the boards. Feeds it across. Cross ice pass. Rink wide. Feeds it across. Cross ice pass. Pass. Through the crease. Through the crease. Right through the crease. Into the slot. Sent in front. Feeds one out in front. Centering feed. Centering pass. To the right point. Sends it across. To the left point. Sends it across. Around the boards. Around the near side. Sends it around the boards. Around the boards. Sent around the boards. Around the roulette wheel. Rimmed back around. He dumps it in. Flips it in. Bounces it in. Dumps it in. We'll have to regroup. We'll have to go back and start again. We'll have to start from their own end. Around the near side. Sends it around the boards. Around the boards. Sent around the boards. Moves it back out over the line. Will clear. Push it out to center. Thrown out to center ice. He'll clear. Out to center. And it's dumped back out. Worked ahead. He passes. Advances the puck. Hands it ahead. The pass. Advances the puck. Short pass. Feeds it along. Guides it on. Taps it ahead. Passes back. Drop pass. Leaves it for the trailer. Hits the trailer. Back to the trailer. Swings it back to the point. Sent back to the point. Back to the point. Around the far side. Around the near side. Sends it around the boards. Around the boards. Sent around the boards. Around the roulette wheel. Rimmed back around. Flips one. Dumps it in. Flips it ahead. Dumps it on in. We'll have to regroup. We'll have to go back and start again. We'll have to start from their own end. Around the far side. Around the near side. Sends it around the boards. Around the boards. Sent around the boards. Will clear. Thrown out to center ice. He'll clear. Out to center. And it's dumped back out. Flips it ahead. Flips it high through center. Flips it out of the zone. Swept to the boards. Flips it into the corner. Dumps it into the corner. Into the corner. Played into the corner. Flipped out of play. Flips out of play. Out of play. Up into the crowd. He can't get it. That one out of reach. Doesn't connect. Just out of reach. Was on his way to the bench for the line change. Didn't see it. He was heading off. Didn't get through. Pass picked off. Broke up the play. His pass is deflected. Gathers it in. And he holds onto it. And he decides to stop play. And he hangs on. And he freezes the puck. And he holds it for the whistle. Both players out of the box. The penalties have expired. Both players back on the ice. Has killed off both ends of a 5-on-3. The first penalty has expired. Kill the first power play. We're 5-on-4 now. Get a man back, but they continue to be one down. On the power play. A shortened power play now. Begin an abbreviated power play. Standing in the penalty box. And he's now out, back at full strength. The penalty has expired. They've killed it off. Kills the penalty. Set to come out of the box. 4-on-4 now. Penalty time is up. Both sides skating 4-on-4 now. Penalty expires. We skate 4-on-4. Looking for the equalizer. Would love to have an insurance goal. Trying to tie it up. We're all tied up. The score is tied. Out in front. Trailing. Behind. Trails. 20 seconds left in the period. Time running down in the period. The period almost over. Under 20 seconds remaining in the period. Less than a minute remaining on the penalty. Less than a minute remaining on the power play. Time winding down on this power play. Power play time winding down. Each team down a man. Team skating a man down. Extra room on the ice during these penalties. 4 aside right now on the power play. Enjoying the advantage with the extra skater. Change on the fly. Go for a line change. Head to the bench for a change. Want to change lines. In the midst of a change. Want to change. Poked free. Punched away. The puck gets poked free. Poked away. Had it. Lost it. Has it poked away. Held. Taken out. Gets tangled up. Hammered into the boards. Checked into the boards. Slammed into the boards. Gets hit hard. Knocked into the bench. Over the wall. Put into the bench. Oh, is he hit? Wow, what a bone-jarring hit. Oh, is he crushed? He was belted. Hip check thrown, gets shoved, fights off the check, pushed off the puck, takes a little shove, knocked down in front of the net, looking for the penalty call, upended in front of the net, dumped in front of the net, taken down in front, hauled down in front, hammered into the boards, checked into the boards, slammed into the boards, gets hit hard, knocked into the bench, over the wall, put into the bench. Oh, is he hit? Wow, what a bone-jarring hit. Crushed. Oh, is he crushed? He was belted, knocked down, goes down, nailed, knocked down, knocked to the ice, solid check, hit thrown, knocked over, gets dumped, out to play it, comes out to play the puck, behind the net to play it, chases it behind the the net. Back to play the puck. Stops it behind. Back to cut it off. Crunches the boards to stop it. Knocked down. Knocks it down. Taken out of the air. Glove down. Held in. Pinches in. Tries to keep it in. Controlled. Hustles to it. Gets control. Races over to get it. Gathered in. Rescue the puck. Races back to get it. Chases it down. Starts it the other way. That one blocked. Doesn't get through. Face off one. Control the draw. Win the draw. Wins the draw. Draw one. We are all set to drop the puck. We're ready for tonight's game. We're live. We're just about ready for the start of tonight's game. We're ready to get underway. We're ready now for the start. We're just about ready for the start. We're moments away from the start. We are set for the start. Face off in neutral ice. Draw in the neutral zone. The draw at center ice. Face off at center ice. Face off to the right of the net. Faces off in his own zone. Face off in the right circle. Face off to the left of the net. Faces off in his own zone. Face off in the left circle. Loose in front. Loose in the corner. Loose puck. Races for the puck. Loose behind the net. Loose puck. Races for the puck. Loose puck. Puck loose. Races for the puck. Loose at center. Churning after it. Loose puck. Loose along the boards. Circles with it. Twirling with it. Spins. Handles the puck. Zigzags his way in down the boards. On the wing. Along the boards. Leading the rush. Bringing it ahead. Skates his way through the neutral zone. Puck brought along. Having their way. Unable to clear. Has had it in the zone for a long time. With some good pressure. Dancing in. Right in front of the net. Walks in front. Cutting in. Behind the net. In back of the goal. Behind the net. In behind the goal. Set up shot. Controls at the point. With it at the point. Control at the point. Set up shot. Along the boards. On a 3-on-2. 3-on-2. Odd man rush. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Odd man rush. One man back. 3-on-1. Nobody back. 3-on-none. 3 on the goaltender. 3 all alone on the goalie. 2-on-1. Here they come on a 2-on-1. Odd man rush. 2-on-none. Nobody back. On a breakaway. Skates in all alone. It's a breakaway. Breakaway. Breakaway chance. Moving it into the zone. On the rush. On the attack. Attacking the line. Brings it across the blue line into the offensive zone. Breaking out. On the breakout. Move it up the ice. Skates it out of his own end. Waits behind his own net. Along the boards. On the wing. Skates it up on the wing. He's pressured. Pursues him. Match stride for stride. Leboutillier. Axelson. Baumgartner. Robitaille. Samsonov. Rasmussen. Shatan. Vandenbush. Weinrich. Janssens. Deadmarsh. Langenbrunner. Shanahan. Berahowski. DeVries. Zelapukin. Jovanovski. Nemirovsky. Leperriere. Robitaille. Domfus. Malakoff. Ruchinski. Ulanov. Daniels. Krivokrasov. Stalenkov. Daniels. Cherkosky. Lachance. Nemchinov. Smolinski. Cairns. Armstrong. Netskash. Lindros. Teradovsky. Johansson. Kasperitis. McAlpine. Zabransky. Shields. Bonsignor. Langkow. Silvanov. Bahanos. Yushkevich. Brashear. McAllister. Robertson. Steos. Johansson. Nikolishin. Sveshkovsky. The left wing. The right wing. The defenseman. The goaltender. By Banham. By Bannister. By Cullen. By Green. By Grimson. By Correa. By Knutson. By Leboutillier. By Leclerc. By Marha. By Marshall. By Pusher. By Ruchin. By Soleil. By Sandstrom. By Ferguson. By Sandwith. By McKenzie. By Askey. By Hebert. By Allison. By Axelson. By Bates. By Baumgartner. By DeMaio. By Donato. By Hines. By Kristich. By Ledyard. By Malcock. By McLaren. By Robitaille. By Waugh. By Samsonov. By Thornton. By Tamander. By Van Imp. By Wilson. By Ferraro. By Defoe. By Tallis. By Brown. By Burridge. By Groshek. By Holsinger. By Cruz. By McKee. By Plant. By Primo. By Rasmussen. By Sanderson. By Shatan. By Shannon. By Wilson. By Zhitnik. By Rollison. By Albaline. By Allison. By Anderson. By Bure. By Castles. By Dahl. By Domicelli. By Goche. By Hulse. By Aginla. By Landry. By McInnes. By Morris. By Nylander. By O'Sullivan. By Patrick. By Peluso. By Simpson. By Stillman. By Thompson. By Battaglia. By Burt. By Chason. By Deneen. By Emerson. By Jelena. By Halko. By Kapanen. By Cron. By Leach. By Lasician. By Manderville. By O'Neill. By Primo. By Ranheim. By Roberts. By Rachinsky. By Francis. By Jablonski. By Amonte. By Chelios. By Daze. By Dubinsky. By Felsner. By Gendron. By Kilger. By Laflamme. By LaRue. By Mills. By Shantz. By Simpson. By Vandenbush. By Weinrich. By Jamnoff. By Gilmore. By Janssens. By Coffey. By Olchek. By Fitzpatrick. By Belak. By Corbet. By Deadmarsh. By Forsberg. By Gusarov. By Jones. By Kamensky. By Lacroix. By Lefebvre. By Lemieux. By LaRue. By Messier. By Odgers. By Ozolinch. By Trempanier. By Billington. By Adams. By Carbonneau. By Chambers. By Keane. By Kesmer. By Langenbrunner. By Lettinen. By Lind. By Marshall. By Matvachuk. By Madano. By Neuendijk. By Scaldi. By Hull. By Roberts. By Herkus. By Severin. By Belfour. By Brown. By Dandino. By Eriksson. By Fedorov. By Gilchrist. By Golubovsky. By Holmstrom. By Kozlov. By LaPlante. By Larionov. By Lidstrom. By McCowan. By McCarty. By Shanahan, by Yzerman, by Potomsky, by Hodgson, by Barahowski, by Bonvie, by Bowen, by Brown, by Buchberger, by Devereaux, by DeVries, by Greer, by Hammerlich, by Hulbig, by Kovalenko, by Lindgren, by Marchand, by McCammon, by Mironov, by Muir, by Musil, by Zelopukin, by Brown, by Falloon, by Ferraro, by Essenza, by Fichot, by Karkner, by Cicerelli, by Dvorak, by Gagne, by Garpenlaw, by Jacobin, by Johnson, by Jovanovski, by Kozlov, by Laws, by Lindsay, by Nemirovsky, by Niedermeyer, by Warrener, by Washburn, by Wells, by McLean, by Weeks, by Berg, by Boucher, by Bilesma, by Courtnall, by Ferraro, by Johnson, by Jokinen, by LaPerriere, by McLean, by Perot, by Robitaille, by Siplikov, by Zamolek, by Duchesne, by Bodger, by Storr, by Brisebois, by Brunet, by Clark, by Corson, by Domfus, by Grulot, by Higgins, by Hoagland, by Koivu, by Malakoff, by Poulin, by Kental, by Rivet, by Rosinski, by Ryan, by Savage, by Stevenson, by Thornton, by Ulanov, by Zalapsky, by Bluin, by Bouchard, by Bugner, by Daigneault, by Slaney, by Atchinham, by Brousseau, by Brunette, by Cote, by Daniels, by Friedman, by Johnson, by Lambert, by Walker, by Fitzgerald, by Krivo-Krasov, by Yachmanev, by Moore, by Bordelot, by Stalenkov, by Andrichuk, by Bombardier, by Breland, by Carpenter, by Danico, by Daniels, by Dean, by Eliash, by Lakovic, by Morrison, by Niedermeyer, by Odeline, by Oliva, by Pandolfo, by Peterson, by Ralston, by Sure, by Stevens, by Brodeur, by Terreri, by Belanger, by Berard, by Chorsky, by Cherkovsky, by Jackson, by Jonson, by LaChance, by Lapointe, by Linden, by Nemchinov, by Palfy, by Schultz, by Smolinski, by Nabokov, by Flaherty, by Salo, by Berg, by Bukaboom, by Cairns, by Graves, by Gretzky, by Karpatsev, by Kovalov, by Langdon, by Leach, by Lidster, by Lindbaum, by Samuelson, by Savard, by Stevens, by Sundstrom, by Vorobiev, by McLean, by Popovic, by Armstrong, by Kluche, by Alfredson, by Arvidsson, by Chernik, by Gustafsson, by Kravchuk, by Laukinen, by McEachran, by Netskash, by Phillips, by Prospel, by Van Allen, by Vial, by Zoltok, by Sereau, by Martins, by Rhodes, by Babbage, by Bermanis, by Brindamore, by Desjardins, by Forbes, by Lacroix, by Lindros, by McGillis, by Myers, by Podine, by Richardson, by Samuelson, by Sillinger, by Svoboda, by Terrian, by Zubris, by Bureau, by Van Beesbrook, by Hextall, by Briere, by Cummins, by Doan, by Gagnon, by Isbister, by Lemieux, by McIver, by Newmanen, by Petit, by Shannon, by Stapleton, by Kachuk, by Tverdovsky, by Ilonen, by Jomp, by Hobbybulin, by Barnes, by Brown, by Butenschon, by Deme, by Gronman, by Hicks, by Johansson, by Kasparidis, by Lang, by Moran, by Morozov, by Olesen, by Pronger, by Warenka, by Wilkinson, by Halushko, by Cunnyworth, by Barrasso, by Skudra, by Bergevin, by Campbell, by Chase, by Conroy, by Courtnall, by Dimitra, by Eastwood, by McInnes, by McAlpine, by Pearson, by Picard, by Poshak, by Pronger, by Rivers, by Turgeon, by Zabransky, by McLennan, by Anderson, by Craven, by Granado, by Koralyuk, by Marlowe, by Mateau, by McSorley, by Nichols, by Ragnarsson, by Rathje, by Ricci, by Sturm, by Zayuzin, by Rouse, by Shields, by Anderson, by Bonsignor, by Bradley, by Ciccone, by Cross, by Cullimore, by Dykehouse, by Hull, by Langkow, by McBain, by McCarthy, by Nazarov, by Peterson, by Racine, by Renberg, by Riche, by Selivanov, by Vuitek, by Isabart, by Clark, by Schwab, by Ranford, by Adams, by Berezin, by Bohanos, by Cote, by Hendrickson, by Johnson, by Korolev, by Markov, by Macaulay, by Modine, by Prohaska, by Sundin, by Trombley, by Ware, by Warrener, by Willanen, by Yushkevich, by Thomas, by Eakins, by Acoin, by Bertuzzi, by Brashear, by Bure, by Convery, by Corville, by Hedican, by McAllister, by McCabe, by Messier, by Mogilny, by Merzen, by Oland, by Robertson, by Scatchard, by Steos, by Strudwick, by Vase, by Wotton, by Urbe, by Snow, by Bellows, by Berube, by Bondra, by Brown, by Bulish, by Eagles, by Gonchar, by Johansson, by Juno, by Konowalchuk, by Nikolishin, by Pavonka, by Simon, by Shvezkovsky, by Tikkanen, by Toms, by Zednik, by Mironov, by Tabarachi, by the left wing, by the right wing, by the defenseman, by the goaltender. Bannister, Grimson, Leboutillier, Nielsen, Sandstrom, McKenzie, Allison, Axelson, Baumgartner, Donato, Hines, Malcock, McLaren, Nielsen, Robitaille, Samsonov, Ferraro, Burridge, Holsinger, Rasmussen, Sanderson, Chatan, Albeline, Allison, Anderson, Castles, Domakelly, Aginla, McInnes, Nylander, O'Sullivan, Peluso, Simpson, Stillman, Battaglia, Chason, Emerson, Larson, Decision, Manderville, Ranheim, Rusinski, Francis, Jablonski, Amonte, Chelios, Dubinsky, Laflamme, Simpson, Vandenbush, Weinreich, Jensens, Corbet, Deadmarsh, Forsberg, Jones, Kamensky, Messier, Ozelinch, Sakic, Trebedier, Carbonneau, Chambers, Langenbrunner, Matvachuk, Scaldi, Belfour, Dandino, Eriksson, Gilchrist, Golubovsky, Holmstrom, Kozlov, Lapointe, Larionov, McCowan, McCarty, Shanahan, Iserman, Potomsky, Miracle, Osgood, Berehowski, Buchberger, DeVries, Kovalenko, Marchand, McCammon, Zelapukin, Ferraro, Essensa, Cicerelli, Jacopin, Jovanovski, Kozlov, Mellenby, Nemirovsky, Niedermeyer, Washburn, Bilesma, Courtnall, Ferraro, Jokinen, LaPerriere, McLean, Nordstrom, Robitaille, Stumple, Ziplikov, Brisebois, Domfus, Higgins, Malikov, Gaintal, Ruchinski, Stevenson, Zalepsky, Daigneault, Etchenham, Daniels, Lambert, Fitzgerald, Gribov-Krasov, Stalenkov, Andrechuk, Bombardier, Danico, Daniels, Lakovic, Niedermeyer, Odeline, Pandolfo, Ralston, Stevens, Sikora, Belanger, Jarsky, Jackson, Johnson, LaChance, Lapointe, Nemchinov, Sacco, Schultz, Smolinski, Nabokov, Bukaboom, Cairns, Langdon, Samuelson, Savard, Stevens, Sundstrom, Vorobiev, McLean, Armstrong, Alfredson, Gustafson, McEachern, Netzcash, Schultok, Babbage, Romanis, Brindamore, Desjardins, Lindros, Myers, Samuelson, Sillinger, Bureau, Van Beesbrook, Extall, Isbister, McIver, Stapleton, Deverdovsky, Sullivan, Habibulin, Barnes, Butenshaw, Johansson, Kasparaitis, Moran, Morozov, Straka, Warenka, Wilkinson, Halushko, Barrasso, Conroy, Courtnall, Dimitra, Eastwood, McInnes, McAlpine, Picard, Turgeon, Zabrensky, McLennan, Anderson, Matteau, McSorley, Nichols, Ragnarsson, Rathje, Shields, Anderson, Bonsignor, Ciccone, Calabor, Langkow, McCarthy, Nazarov, Silvanov, Wietek, Sikora, Ranford, Berezin, Bahanos, Henriksen, McCauley, Prohaska, Sullivan, Sundin, Walanen, Yushkevich, Acoin, Bertuzzi, Courville, Huscroft, McAllister, Messier, Mogilny, Scatchard, Steos, Bellows, Gonchar, Johansson, Konowalchuk, Nikolitian, Pavanka, Riki, Spacekowski, Tabarachi, the center, the left wing, the right wing, the defenseman, the goaltender, to Green, to Grimson, to Knutson, to Le Boutillier, to Leclerc, to Nielsen, to Sandstrom, to McKenzie, to Hebert, to Axelson, to Baumgartner, to DeMaio, to Hines, to Kristich, to Malcock, to McLaren, to Nielsen, to Robitaille, to Samsonov, to Tamander, to Ferraro, to Tallis, to Burridge, to Groshak, to Holzinger, to Cruz, to Primo, to Rasmussen, to Sanderson, to Shatan, to Zhitnik, to Hashak, to Rolison, to Albaline, to Anderson, to Castles, to Dingman, to Doma Kelly, to Fleury, to Gauthier, to Aginla, to Nylander, to O'Sullivan, to Peluso, to Battaglia, to Chason, to Deneen, to Halko, to Kapanen, to Kron, to Lecition, to Manderville, to O'Neill, to Primo, to Ranheim, to Roberts, to Rusinski, to Francis, to Jablonski, to Amonte, to Chelios, to Daze, to Dubinsky, to Felsner, to Gendron, to Kilger, to Laflamme, to LaRue, to Mills, to Shantz, to Vandenbush, to Weinreich, to Jamnoff, to Gilmore, to Janssens, to Olchak, to Fitzpatrick, to Belak, to Corbet, to Deadmarsh, to Forsberg, to Jones, to Kamensky, to Lacroix, to Lefebvre, to LaRue, to Messier, to Odgers, to Ozelinch, to Trempanier, to Billington, to Adams, to Carbonneau, to Chambers, to Keane, to Kesmer, to Langenbrunner, to Matvachuk, to Neuendijk, to Skrudland, to Roberts, to Herkus, to Brown, to Dandino, to Eriksson, to Fedorov, to Gilchrist, to Golubovsky, to Holmstrom, to Kozlov, to LaPlante, to Lapointe, to Larionov, to McCowan, to Shanahan, to Potomsky, to Hodson, to Osgood, to Berehowski, to Brown, to Buchberger, to Devereaux, to DeVries, to Hammerlich, to Kovalenko, to McCammon, to Musil, to Zelapukin, to Brown, to Falloon, to Ferraro, to Fischio, to Cicerelli, to Dvorak, to Gagne, to Garpenlaw, to Jacopin, to Johnson, to Jovanovski, to Kozlov, to Laws, to Nemirovsky, to Niedermeyer, to Warrener, to Washburn, to Wells, to McLean, to Boucher, to Bilesma, to Courtnall, to Ferraro, to Johnson, to Jokinen, to Lafayette, to LaPerriere, to McLean, to Robitaille, to Siplikov, to Duchesne, to Storr, to Brisebois, to Domfus, to Grullo, to Higgins, to Hoagland, to Koivu, to Malakoff, to Manson, to Kental, to Rachinsky, to Savage, to Stevenson, to Ulanov, to Zalapsky, to Bouchard, to Daigneault, to Rousseau, to Daniels, to Friedman, to Johnson, to Lambert, to Fitzgerald, to Krivokrasov, to Yachmanev, to Bordelot, to Stalenkov, to Andrechuk, to Bombardier, to Breland, to Danico, to Daniels, to Dean, to Eliash, to Lakovic, to Morrison, to Niedermeyer, to Odeline, to Oliva, to Pandolfo, to Peterson, to Stevens, to Brodeur, to Terreri, to Belanger, to Berard, to Cherkasky, to Jackson, to Johnson, to LeChance, to Lapointe, to Nemchinov, to Smolinski, to Nabokov, to Bukaboom, to Graves, to Gretzky, to Karpatsev, to Langdon, to Samuelson, to Stevens, to Sundstrom, to Vorobiev, to Frazier, to McLean, to Popovic, to Armstrong, to Kluche, to Alfredson, to Arvidsson, to Gustafsson, to Kravchuk, to Laukinen, to McEachran, to Netskash, to Prospel, to Van Allen, to Zoltok, to Martins, to Rhodes, to Babbage, to Bremanis, to Brindamore, to Desjardins, to Forbes, to Lacroix, to Leclerc, to Lindros, to McGillis, to Myers, to Podine, to Richardson, to Samuelson, to Sillinger, to Zubras, to Bureau, to Van Beesbrook, to Hextall, to Briere, to Cummins, to Doan, to Gagnon, to Isbister, to McIver, to Stapleton, to Tverdovsky, to Jomp, to Habibulin, to Barnes, to Brown, to Butenshawn, to Gronman, to Johansson, to Kasperitis, to Moran, to Morozov, to Olesen, to Warenka, to Wilkinson, to Titov, to Halushko, to Dallas, to Barrasso, to Chase, to Conroy, to Courtnall, to Dimitra, to McInnes, to McAlpine, to Picard, to Poshak, to Rayome, to Rivers, to Turgeon, to Zabransky, to Anderson, to Craven, to Granado, to Korolyuk, to McSorley, to Nichols, to Ragnarsson, to Rathje, to Zayuzan, to Shields, to Anderson, to Bonsignor, to Cross, to Cullimore, to Dykehouse, to Langkow, to McBain, to McCarthy, to Nazarov, to Racine, to Renberg, to Riche, to Selivanov, to Vuitek, to Schwab, to Adams, to Bahanos, to Hendrickson, to Johnson, to Korolev, to Modine, to Prohaska, to Sundin, to Warrener, to Yushkevich, to Thomas, to Eakins, to Acoin, to Convery, to Courville, to Hedican, to Huscroft, to McAllister, to McCabe, to Messier, to Robertson, to Scatchard, to Steos, to Strudwick, to Bellows, to Brown, to Eagles, to Gonchar, to Johansson, to Konowalchuk, to Nikolishin, to Pavanka, to Svejkovsky, to Toms, to Tabarachi, to Kolsik, to the left wing, to the right wing, to the defense, to the goaltender, and Anaheim, and Boston, and Buffalo, and Calgary, and Carolina, and Chicago, and Colorado, and Dallas, and Edmonton, and Florida, and Los Angeles, and Montreal, and Nashville, and New Jersey, and New York, and Ottawa, and Philadelphia, and Phoenix, and Pittsburgh, and San Jose, and Tampa Bay, and Toronto, and Vancouver, and Washington, and the North American All-Stars, and the World All-Stars, and Team Canada, and Team USA, and Sweden, and Germany, and the Czech Republic, and Slovakia, and Anaheim, and Boston, and Buffalo, and Calgary, and Carolina, and Chicago, and Colorado, and Dallas, and Detroit, and Edmonton, and Florida, and Los Angeles, and Montreal, and Nashville, and New Jersey, and New York, and Ottawa, and Philadelphia, and Phoenix, and Pittsburgh, and St. Louis, and San Jose, and Tampa Bay, and Toronto, and Vancouver, and Washington, and the North American All-Stars, and the World All-Stars, and Team Canada, and Team USA, and Sweden, and Germany, and the Czech Republic, and Slovakia, Anaheim, Carolina, Chicago, Colorado, Los Angeles, Montreal, Nashville, New Jersey, Philadelphia, St. Louis, San Jose, Tampa Bay, Toronto, Vancouver, Washington, the North American All-Stars, the World All-Stars, Team Canada, Team USA, Czech Republic, Slovakia, by Anaheim, by Buffalo, by Calgary, by Carolina, by Chicago, by Colorado, by Dallas, by Detroit, by Edmonton, by Florida, by Los Angeles, by Montreal, by Nashville, by New Jersey, by New York, by Ottawa, by Philadelphia, by Phoenix, by Pittsburgh, by St. Louis, by San Jose, by Tampa Bay, by Toronto, by Vancouver, by Washington, by the North American All-Stars, by the World All-Stars, by Team Canada, by Team USA, by Sweden, by the Czech Republic, by Slovakia, by Finland, Carolina, Chicago, Colorado, Los Angeles, Montreal, Philadelphia, St. Louis, San Jose, Tampa Bay, Vancouver, the North American All-Stars, the World All-Stars, Team Canada, Team USA, Czech Republic, Slovakia, for Anaheim, for Boston, for Buffalo, for Calgary, for Carolina, for Chicago, for Colorado, for Dallas, for Detroit, for Edmonton, for Los Angeles, for Montreal, for Nashville, for New Jersey, for New York, for Ottawa, for Philadelphia, for Phoenix, for Pittsburgh, for St. Louis, for San Jose, for Tampa Bay, for Toronto, for Vancouver, for Washington, for the North American All-Stars, for the World All-Stars, for Team Canada, for Team USA, for Sweden, for Germany, for the Czech Republic, for Slovakia, for Finland, in Anaheim, in Boston, in Buffalo, in Calgary, in Carolina, in Chicago, in Colorado, in Dallas, in Detroit, in Edmonton, in Florida, in Los Angeles, in Montreal, in Nashville, in New Jersey, in New York, in Ottawa, in Philadelphia, in Phoenix, in Pittsburgh, in St. Louis, in San Jose, in Tampa Bay, in Toronto, in Vancouver, in Washington, in Tampa Bay, to Anaheim, to Buffalo, to Calgary, to Carolina, to Chicago, to Colorado, to Dallas, to Detroit, to Edmonton, to Florida, to Los Angeles, to Montreal, to Nashville, to New Jersey, to New York, to Ottawa, to Philadelphia, to Phoenix, to Pittsburgh, to St. Louis, to San Jose, to Tampa Bay, to Toronto, to Vancouver, to Washington, to the North American All-Stars, to the World All-Stars, to Canada, to Team USA, to Sweden, to Germany, to the Czech Republic, to Slovakia, to Finland, and the Mighty Ducks, and the Bruins, and the Sabres, and the Flames, and the Hurricanes, and the Blackhawks, and the Avalanche, and the Stars, and the Red Wings, and the Oilers, and the Panthers, and the Kings, and the Canadiens, and the Predators, and the Devils, and the Islanders, and the Rangers, and the Senators, and the Flyers, and the Coyotes, and the Penguins, and the Blues, and the Sharks, and the Lightning, and the Maple Leafs, and the Canucks, and the Capitals, and the North American All-Stars, and the World All-Stars, and Team Canada, and Team USA, and Sweden, and Germany, and the Czech Republic, and Slovakia, the Mighty Ducks, the Bruins, the Sabres, the Flames, the Hurricanes, the Blackhawks, the Avalanche, the Stars, the Red Wings, the Oilers, the Panthers, the Kings, the Canadiens, the Predators, the Devils, the Islanders, the Rangers, the Senators, the Flyers, the Coyotes, the Penguins, the Blues, the Sharks, the Lightning, the Maple Leafs, the Canucks, the Capitals, the North American All-Stars, the World All-Stars, Team Canada, Team USA, Czech Republic, Slovakia, by the Mighty Ducks, by the Bruins, by the Sabres, by the Flames, by the Hurricanes, by the Blackhawks, by the Avalanche, by the Stars, by the Red Wings, by the Oilers, by the Panthers, by the Kings, by the Canadiens, by the Predators, by the Devils, by the Islanders, by the Rangers, by the Senators, by the Flyers, by the Coyotes, by the Penguins, by the Blues, by the Sharks, by the Lightning, by the Maple Leafs, by the Canucks, by the Capitals, by the North American All-Stars, by the World All-Stars, by Team Canada, by Team USA, by Sweden, by the Czech Republic, by Slovakia, by Finland, the Mighty Ducks, the Bruins, the Sabres, the Flames, the Hurricanes, the Blackhawks, the Avalanche, the Stars, the Red Wings, the Oilers, the Panthers, the Kings, the Canadiens, the Predators, the Devils, the Islanders, the Rangers, the Senators, the Flyers, the Coyotes, the Penguins, the Blues, the Sharks, the Maple Leafs, the Canucks, the North American All-Stars, the World All-Stars, Team Canada, Team USA, Czech Republic, Slovakia, the Mighty Ducks, the Bruins, the Sabres, the Flames, the Hurricanes, the Blackhawks, the Avalanche, the Stars, the Red Wings, the Oilers, the Panthers, the Kings, the Canadiens, the Predators, the Devils, the Islanders, the Rangers, the Senators, the Flyers, the Coyotes, the Penguins, the Blues, the Sharks, the Lightning, the Maple Leafs, the Canucks, the Capitals, the North American All-Stars, the World All-Stars, Team Canada, Team USA, Sweden, Germany, the Czech Republic, Slovakia, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 51, 52, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 51, 52, of the first period, of the second period, of the third period, of the first overtime, of the second overtime, of the third overtime, of the fourth overtime, of the overtime period, for hooking, for charging, for cross-checking, for slashing, for high-sticking, for unsportsmanlike conduct, for interference, for fighting, in points, in goals, in assists, in power play goals, in penalty minutes, in plus-minus, in goals against average, in save percentage, in wins, in point scoring, in goal scoring.